the door. The missing sound, the hero rise, deadly to the core. The king of chains will tear through you. Your dark grave soon awaits.
Hello everybody and welcome to episode number 20 of the Game Nights audio podcast. I am one of your hosts, Swag, and of course I am joined, as I am every single week, it's Kwing!
Hey, what's up, gamers? Hey, Swag, how you doing on this hot, rainy day?
Hot, rainy, muggy day. Well, that's what you guys get on the East Coast. I know that, excuse me, I spent a summer in Virginia many years ago, so I know exactly how hot and muggy that it gets out there on the East Coast. That's one of the things that people always say about California is that we have what's called a dry heat, which simply means that it's about 10 degrees cooler in the shade than it is in the sun. But yeah, it's summer, man. But we're just gonna have to do our best until fall comes around.
I love winter.
I'm right there with you too. There's people I know that just love it when it's hot, and I was like, "Are you daft?"
Yeah. What's cool about winter or the cold, and my friends in Alaska can vouch for this, is when you're cold, you can always dress warmer. When you're hot, there's not much you can do.
Yeah. Well, when you're hot, there's only so many clothes that you can take off.
Yep.
Especially when you're out in public. And even when you're home, you can be completely nude and still be hot. And it's like, well, there's no more clothes I can take off. Well, thank you guys.
You don't want to try to peel off your skin. That would be weird.
Yeah, that would that borders on Hannibal Lecter type stuff there. Well, thank you guys very much for tuning into another episode of where we are always talking about video games. And
always.
Yes, we are going to start off with your gaming news with me. We're going to throw it over to Kwing, who has your new releases for the week. We're going to talk about the games that we are now playing. We are going to go into the mailbag and answer questions from the listeners. It's going to be another great episode today. And
you forgot something.
What's that?
The new Got Game.
Oh, yes. I always have things written down. Even when I have things written down, I still forget. Don't forget, guys, that we are there's a new Got Game website interface. You guys might be listening to for those of you that may have the page bookmarked, the old page, go ahead and type in gotgame.com and go bookmark the new page, because we're going to take that page down starting next week. So be sure you go to gottgame.com and bookmark the new Game Nights page, because that's where we are going to be from now on. And let us know what you think of the interface, too. It's kind of in a beta here, and we're going to be improving things throughout the week as well.
I love it.
It's just going to be a crazy week this week, because I am heading to the International Comic-Con in San Diego. And there's just going to be a ton of video game stuff that is going on there. There's going to be playable demos for games such as Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, Lego Indiana Jones 2, which are two of the ones that I'm eager to check out. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff there at Comic-Con this year that I'm going to be checking out. So be sure that you guys, you definitely want to tune in for next week's show. If you guys, tend to miss most of the shows, whatever, make sure you're here for next week's episode, because I'm going to be reporting on all the cool stuff that I check out at Comic-Con this year.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and actually, if there's anyone out there that is going to Comic-Con and you want to meet up with me, probably on Saturday would be the best day. Go ahead and send me an email, nhuggett@gotgame.com, and I already have a couple of people that I'm going to be trying to meet up with down there. If you guys are going to Comic-Con, want to meet up with me, send me an email, let me know.
Yep.
Okay, so it is time. There's a lot of news. Since there's Comic-Con this week, there's a lot of gaming news going on this week. So let's go ahead and get to it.
News with a swag.
All right, so the first piece of gaming news that I have this week is actually about a movie. And Variety has confirmed that Sam Raimi, the director of the Spider-Man movies, will be helming the Warner Brothers Legendary Pictures movie World of Warcraft. The movie will be produced by the Dark Knight producer Charles Roven and Blizzard Senior VP of Creative Development Chris Metzen will co-produce. Raimi is supervising the film's development while shooting Spider-Man 4 next year. Here's a quote from Raimi. At its core, Warcraft is a fantastic, action-packed story. I am thrilled to work with such a dynamic production team to bring this project to the big screen. So, yeah, it looks like they've actually, this World of Warcraft movie is shaping up to be something good. Because, usually when you have licensed stuff like this, that the people that create it usually have little to no say in the actual movie. Right. But they have their VP of creative development is a co-producer, so Blizzard's going to have somebody from within their team as a producer on the film, and you got Sam Raimi who's done overall a pretty good job with the Spider-Man series.
Except the third one.
I was gonna say that the third one wasn't fantastic, but still, as far as compared to most other comic book movies go, it was still pretty decent. When you compare it to a lot of the other crap that's been out there.
Meh.
So I believe so. It looks like they're set to be filming the movie next year. So probably they haven't said this, but it looks like they're looking at either a 2011 or 2012 release.
That's the same year as Ghostbusters 3 if they do 2012.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens, and then when we get updates on that, we will definitely keep you guys updated as well.
Where's my Castlevania movie?
Oh God! You know what? The Castlevania movie was one of the that was one of the productions that got really hurt by the writer's strike. But honestly, it may have been a good thing because I think who was slated to direct it was oh my gosh, I can't remember his name. The guy who directed like Aliens versus Predator. I can't remember the guy's name right now, but is it Wes Anderson? No. What's the? I can't remember his name.
I thought the new director is the guy who did
Paul
Van
Anderson?
Helsing.
Paul S. Anderson or something like that. Anyway,
yeah, but he's not the director anymore.
Well, whoever it was, the guy who directed Aliens vs. Predator and a couple of other, not so fantastic action movies was set to direct it. So who knows? I mean, it got put on the back burner. We haven't heard any news about it lately, but let's hope that it gets put back on the fast track.
Yeah, because the last rumor I heard is the guy who directed Van Helsing was going to do it, and I was excited about that.
Did you like Van Helsing?
Yes, I did. My wife and I both did.
Really?
We own it. Yeah, we own it.
Wow.
Good movie. I like it. Didn't like the video game, but the movie was pretty good.
See, okay, I don't know. I thought that that movie had a lot of potential. But I just didn't feel like it lived up to what it could have been. There was just some, first of all, there's some really ridiculous parts going on in that movie. You know what kind of did me in for that movie was at the end when everybody was swinging like Tarzan on like these, on these ropes. People, like grabbing, like snatching these tiny ropes like in midair and swinging. And I was like, when did we enter a Tarzan movie here? You know?
That was kind of
like, I mean,
you need to add an echo effect to that.
Yeah, really.
Post-production.
So, I thought that movie had potential. I didn't think that it was as good as it could have been, in my opinion. But I'm certainly not going to tell you to enjoy it any less because of that.
I thought for what they had and what movies that used to come out, it was pretty decent.
Okay. Well, we can We can agree to disagree on a little bit of that.
Yes, we can.
That's right. Okay, moving on. Next piece of news I have is that Sega announced that they have a new contest for Bayonetta. And this contest is called Bayonetta Re-Envisioned. And it's a user-generated art contest hosted by Wizard Entertainment at wizarduniverse.com. Now, the contest invites artists to submit original drawings to wizarduniverse.com of Bayonetta, the lead heroine in the self-titled Sega game.